Hey, everybody. Two boys, one brain cell. I'm Joel Norden, and this is Charles Beeson. And today we are checking out Iron Maiden's Fear of the Dark live at Rio for our Halloween special.
It's live at Rock in Rio?
Rock in the Rio, yeah. Rock in Rio. Yeah. I always want to put a "the" in there for some reason. But you just want to jump right in, bud?
Yeah.
I do know this, to be clear.
I don't.
But it is a request. Chuck does not know it, so you guys can look at his beautiful face as he reacts, and then we'll break it down later.
How you doing?
A light in the black, or just a fear of the dark. Dark room, night are strolling through the park. When the light begins to fade, sometimes feel a little strange, a little anxious when it's dark. Fear of the dark. I have a constant fear that something's always there. Fear of the dark. You, fear of the dark. Have a phobia. Someone's always there.
Halfway point.
I think this would be incredible live. That crowd looks like they're having a blast.
I've seen it live.
Yeah?
Yeah. Got a chance to see him on, their Book of Souls tour in 2015 or 16, I believe
Yeah.
it was, with my dad. And my dad's seen them before back in the 80s. And then with my brother as well.
Okay.
And they played the song, and it was just like that. This is like, obviously this is on another level because Rock in Rio was so huge.
Yeah.
With the amount of people there. But we were at the Palace at Auburn Hills when I
Okay.
saw them. And dude, everybody was singing. And it's like one of those legendary, like some of those older like metal bands especially, they know just how to work that fan interaction just
Yeah.
right. And it was awesome.
The way his energy, the singer's energy was on stage already, in just nuts.
Yeah, yeah.
And the instrumental behind this,
The instrumental, like, all right, so I'm the same as you in a way,
Yeah.
like with lyrics. I'm a lyric guy.
you keep saying that, but over the last month or so,
Now with Iron Maiden, it's different. I will get a riff or like just their guitar solo stuck in my head, like you know what I mean, just like, which is almost unheard of for me.
yeah,
Like it's always lyrics that get stuck in my head, not the other way around.
Right.
And with Maiden, most of the time it's their instruments that get stuck in my head, and then I love the song, and then I warm up because a lot of times they're telling a story too.
yeah,
I mean, it's great. But with this song in particular, I heard the studio version. I was like, yeah, it's all right. It's not too bad. And then I heard the live version, Rock in Rio, and this is the first live song I've ever added to a playlist
okay.
because I was like, the crowd singing gives me goosebumps every time I hear
The
it.
crowd singing definitely adds to it, but it makes it so I'm not catching all the lyrics too.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. You're getting the live. Yeah. That's
Oh, yeah.
fair. Yeah. It's
I mean, I've the chorus obviously, phobia, somebody's always there.
yeah.
That stuff, that's easy to catch.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the rest of it, they're all with it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what?
Huh? Yeah, I tried to help you out. I realized that as well, and I was like, well, maybe I can hit that closed captioning, and then it was, it's in Spanish, I believe.
Yeah,
So I was like, well, we tried at least.
yeah.
I tried for
There
you.
went that idea.
Yeah. So you just because they enjoy the live experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, dude, they've been doing this since the late 70s, I believe. You guys can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But when I saw him, like I said on that tour, his vocals could have shattered glass. Like the points he was hitting, the high notes and shit. I was like, well, what is it? My dad swore he sounded better now than he did back then.
Really, that's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
And I love it when guitarists and bassists just hold their guitar up like that, and they just sit there playing.
Yeah.
That's gnarly. I like that a lot.
Yeah. It's definitely a Maiden show. You got to do a Maiden show once in your life at least.
Yeah.
But continue.
Yeah.
Red love.
You know you're big when you don't even have to walk across the stage
Yep.
or down the stairs.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
My goodness.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, bud?
Um,
I know you're not a metal guy, so I was curious about how you'd feel about this one.
that's not your typical metal. Not the metal I'm used to.
Okay,
Is that better?
Yeah, well, you're thinking more metalcore, probably screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
I can get into that.
this is like thrash or just metal in general.
Yeah, I can get more into that kind of music.
Yeah, no, that's
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's how I got started.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't jump into metalcore. It took me forever to get into metalcore. Like, was it screaming?
Yeah.
Forever. Years.
Yeah. This one, like, this is back when people called it just noise, right? And it was far
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah.
Your newer stuff nowadays, a lot of it can just kind of, the sounds kind of mesh together
It is.
a little more. And that's just to me.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because it's so up-paced and I haven't got into it yet.
I'm not going to compare anybody nowadays to Maiden for sure.
No.
But
I was talking about
music-
the noise comments.
The
and then
noise
that
comments,
one,
I just think it's
I don't
previous-
understand how you call that noise.
I think it's previous generations
Yeah.
just not understanding the new generation's music, and I think it's a continual thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm sure we
100%.
do it as well.
100%. But that, just those guitar riffs were gnarly.
Yeah.
And then throwing it around him. Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah. No, dude, it was awesome. When I saw them live, they had their mascot is Eddie, and like he's on like every cover. He's like this undead dude.
Okay.
But like he came out on stage and it was like a giant, and
Yeah.
they like battled him while playing a song,
Oh, that's
and
kinda
like
cool.
ripped out his heart out of his chest, and they're like holding it up and stuff. It was awesome. Like you would think it'd be cheesy, the way
Yeah.
just being described. But when we were watching, I was like, this is actually pretty badass. Like it was pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. No, the song itself, lyrically, from the lyrics I caught, there wasn't much to it.
Yeah, especially,
But that's first listen as well.
Yeah, no, I think this song is not one of their more like. The verses are pretty solid, but I mean, like the refrain itself, "Fear of the dark." It's just "Fear of the dark" over and over, right? But I mean, I think one song by them that is maybe not crazy in depth, but it's just a crowd interaction is nuts. But the typical Maiden song, their lyrics they're a storytelling metal band.
Okay.
And I think you'd appreciate them.
You know I can get into my storytelling music.
Dude, yes. And it's like dark storytelling. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to put it, but yeah, it's badass.
Yeah, I mean, overall, the song didn't seem so bad. I mean, I could get into it.
Yeah.
It was very melodic throughout the whole thing,
It
too.
is, yes, for sure.
And then just the way the crowd was reacting to him was nuts.
Yeah, every time the camera panned in on them, they're like going nuts. Everyone's singing every word.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I really liked the fact that was just going back and forth.
The camera thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
he's
never-
just sitting on it.
It's funny. I've actually never watched that video.
Yeah.
I've heard the live version, but on Spotify.
Oh,
So I've never actually watched it. But I know it's
Nice.
a legendary, video. But no, yeah. Ratings?
Yeah, we can jump into ratings.
I guess I'll go first since I've heard it before. So my rating for this song is I'd probably just go a flat 8.
Okay.
I really enjoy this. Like I said, this is another one that I've been jamming since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Maybe mid teenagers years.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely nostalgic for me, and definitely helped open a lot of doors when it came to getting into metal.
Yeah.
This is another one that I got into. I remember I told you about Slayer, Tormentor,
Yeah.
the song, and I would listen to it at night. This was on that playlist as well.
Of course.
Yes, and fitting, obviously.
Yeah.
And it was just a random song. Nobody else I knew listened to it. A lot of other Maiden songs, like my dad was into, was like The Trooper, Wasted Years, Run to the Hills. But yeah, and you don't know any of those, which is just gonna kill me inside. But yeah, no, just for I don't think it's their best song by any means, but the crowd interaction is legendary, so I give it a flat 8.
Yeah. I'm going to go with a 6.3. I thought it was solid. I really liked the melody behind it. The instrumental was on point.
For sure.
I got to hear more of what the lyrics are going to be in those verses. But the chorus and refrain was very okay.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, no, this one I thought maybe I was like, well, Chuck might just appreciate it for the
Oh yeah,
I didn't even think, because I know
that
you're not
live interaction though, the way the crowd was
that's
just
what I was
going nuts was awesome.
I wasn't sure how you'd feel about them in general, just because of how instrumental they are.
Yeah,
and like I said, normally I'm not an instrumental guy either, but they knock my socks off.
Yeah,
put it lightly. But all right, nice.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're two boys, one brain cell. I'm Joel Norden, and this is Charles Beeson. Thanks for hanging out with us, and until next time, peace out.